Hello everybody and welcome to Top 5 Friday, the show where we take a theme and I pick the top 5 N64 games based around that theme. This week's theme was chosen by I Am Inertia, who wanted to know what I thought were the top 5 N64 games that give you the best bang for your buck. So in short, this was a little bit of a difficult one to choose because at the same time there are lots of great games, but these are great games where you can get them at a fairly good price. In other words, where the price you pay is going to give you a lot for your money. Starting off at number 5, I chose Body Harvest. Now Body Harvest might be a strange choice to some. It's a little bit of a difficult game to get into for many people, and the reviews and scores of it were not the best, to be honest. They were really mixed across the bag. It was made by the original guys who went on to make the Grand Theft Auto series. It's a really cool game. It takes place over different decades, so different parts of history, and there's different vehicles based, around that history. So it's a really cool concept. It's a bit of a cross between an action game and an RPG, because there are some RPG elements. But for the price you can pay, it's very, very cheap to get hold of, and it's a huge game. A little bit of an open world adventure for you to play. In at number 4, I chose Shadow Man. Now this, like the game before, did get a little bit of a mixed bag. Some people either love it and some people hated it, and there are some better ports of it on different consoles by obviously like the N64 version. What I like most about this game is, again, it's quite cheap to pick up because not too many people bought it first time around. And in terms of the actual game itself, I think it's really good. It's a huge game to play. Lots of different weapons and you've got different combinations, but it takes place between life and death. So it's really cool, but also the bosses and the whole story is based around real life serial killers, and they are some of the end of area bosses. So it's really cool to fight people like Jack the Ripper in the game, and it is one of the darker games on the N64, and that's why it finished at number 4 on my list. At number 3 on my list, I chose Super Mario 64. Now this is a great game, and to be honest, I probably don't need to tell you anything about this game. It's one of the best games on the N64, even when it finished, and it was one of the launch titles. Now the reason this is on my list is because even though the price is not as cheap as some of the games that I've already mentioned, there's absolutely huge amounts of gameplay in there. If you want to go through and complete the game 100%, it will take you many, many hours, even if you are playing it for the second, third or fourth time through. It's a great game and one of the iconic showpieces of the N64. At number 2 on my list of games that will give you the best bang for your buck is GoldenEye. Now because GoldenEye sold so many copies, it means that the prices are very, very low for the quality of the game that you get. The one-player campaign has got lots of difficulty settings, and you do have to go through multiple times completing the different difficulty settings in order to unlock everything in the multiplayer mode. The multiplayer mode is really where the game shines. This game is still timeless today. You can still pull this out and play it with your friends and have a great time, and for that reason I'd say particularly the multiplayer mode alone is why this is excellent value for money. Now the number 1 game which I think does give you the best bang for your buck is The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Now come on, you got to know this would have been top of my list. It is quite simply the best video game ever made. A lot of people may debate that, but in my opinion nothing even comes close to this game. If you're playing it for the first time, it's an absolutely huge game and it will take you a long, long time to complete, especially if you don't use any cheat or tip guides to help you get through the game. There's so many side quests, different missions, and the storyline is absolutely fantastic. To go through this game now, it's the kind of game you think that you wish that you'd never played, so you can go back and experience everything in the game for the first time once again. It really is that good. Now even though this is the most expensive of the 5 games which I've mentioned to you today, this game definitely gives you the best value for money, and for that reason it finished at the number 1 spot. Now what would you consider to be your top 5 games which are bang for your buck? Let me know in the comments below and help I Am Inertia out, because he's wanting to know what everybody else thinks. Also, if you've got a suggestion for what I should do the next Top 5 Friday on, let me know in the comments below all the different themes, and I will pick one for the next episode and give you a shout out if your theme is chosen. Have a great weekend everybody, and thanks for watching.